game. Redmond was a big contributor for them in the win. A remarkable 4-homer game.
Well, they may want to change how they approach him next time because he was just incredible in this one. He looked like a threat every time.
We pretty much dominated. Bro. Game 2.
From Vince Scully Avenue, welcome to Dodger Stadium. The World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. A big game 2 in store for us here today, Chris.
Well, winning game 1 on the road was huge, Boog, and they can put a stranglehold on this series with a win here in this one, and that's obviously the goal. You want to go back home up.
All right, just about ready for baseball. And today's starter, Tyler Glasnow.
4-pitch guy, he's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
And first offering is fouled off.
With Glasnow pitching today, I think about how intimidating it must be to face this guy. He's not just a tall pitcher. He's a 6'8" flamethrower. And that's...
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. That's his 5th homer of the series. It's 1-0. 8 straight games with a home run.
Well, tie in some great hitters at the plate. Griffey, Mattingly, Dale Long. This is just impressive. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Turns and fires the Betts. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. The throw to first, and Betts is gone. That's the 3rd out. Man at first, 1 away. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. And that one hops the wall. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay, he'll score easily. It's 3-1. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
2 on, 1 out. Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees. And that one is lifted in the air. Edman in position. Hauls it in for the out. Ryan McMahon steps to the plate.
One ball.
This one in the dirt. Ground ball right side, and that chance handled. Fires over to first. They limit the damage here. 1 out, base is empty. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. That one ripped. And that gets down into the gap. Around first, heading for two. Pulls in with a double, third hit for him today.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Kicks and fires. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and that'll fall for a base hit. The run comes in from second. It's an RBI single. It's 4-2.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
And next for New York, Carter Redmond. He had a big swing for these guys way back to the first inning.
Yeah, but he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one is gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 5-2.
He's really seeing the ball well lately. Good things are going to happen when you're locked in like this.
So runner at second, 2 down. Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. On the run, sends it over to first, and they get the out. Here's the second baseman. So the tying run at second. Got him, and that's the ball game. Redmond was a big contributor for them in the win. A 4-hit performance, including a pair of homers.
I'll tell you, Boog, I was excited every time he came up. When a player is locked in like he was, it's a really special feeling. Great job in this one.
Here's one final look at the line score from this one, Chris.
It was a close 2-run game, and a couple of key moments just really made the difference. Not much separates these two teams.
A 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
Like snow. They tried Glass now. They tried Otani. Now they're going to use Blake Snell.
It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the New York Yankees. Nothing better than pregame festivities for the World Series. Game 3 is coming up next. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. We're looking forward to what's sure to be a dramatic Game 3, Chris.
And Boog, this is as close to an elimination game as you can get without it actually being one. Going down 3-0 would more or less just end this thing. So this game's going to tell us whether we're going to have a real series in store for us or if we're just going to be packing our bags and going home.
A lot of people feel these teams are more evenly matched. The first 2 games would indicate. So we'll see if we get a bounce-back performance in this one. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the New York Yankees. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this.
I'm going for a sweeper.
Just a little bit away from first pitch. And starting in this one, Luis Gil. How about a scouting report on him?
Really labored his last time out. 4+ innings, wasn't able to qualify for the win, but fortunately got a no decision and didn't take a loss. We'll see if he can get in the W column today.
To the left side, but it is well foul. Snell, a former Cy Young Award winner, he features a four-seam fastball, a slurve, a changeup, and he works in a slider. And that's a fair ball. Bellinger around second on his way to third. Headed for the plate. Played the plate, and they cut him down. One out, runner at second. Aaron Judge at the plate. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Redmond around third. The throw in, the tag, and he's safe. And it's 1-0. First and second, 2 outs. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. On the ground to the left, Redmond tosses across the first. Third out, and that ends the frame. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Down to the bottom of the second. Yankees 1 and the Dodgers nothing.
With my favorite players. But I get to.
1 out, bases empty. The drama always heightened in the postseason, and it leads to some really special moments. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. That's his 7th home run of this series, and they tack one on the board. It's 2-0. 9 consecutive games with a home run.
They'll just dialed in at the dish right now. 9 games in a row. That's just unthinkable. Congrats to him.
It wasn't in the air for very long, so let's get a better view of it with StatCast singing.
Well, it can't stay in the air for long when it's going 117 miles per hour. It's got to get to its destination. And that was a no-doubter to everyone in the ballpark. Watching it sail out of here was just beautiful, something to behold. But all you really needed was the sound off the bat. Did you hear that, Boog? That thing was going to go a long ways.
There's a swing and a drive. Going back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Thought that was a no-doubter. I think the wind was holding that in this ballpark.
World Series Game 3. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez fires to first on the run, and they get the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Hammers that one deep left field, and forget it. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game, and they add a run. It's 4-1. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one.
Redmond to second for 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
2 outs, runner at first. Now it's the right fielder, Andy Pajes. And fires in a fastball at 95. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Outman coming home. He will score.
Well done. Drives in the run. I don't know how he's hit.
Now the number 2 hitter. Williams is just one strike away. Sends it to center, and this should be it. He's got it. Ball game. The Yankees take a commanding 3-0 series lead with a chance to wrap it up tomorrow here at home.
All this team needs is one more win, but when you're playing in the postseason, it's not just a win of a game, it's a win of an inning. It's a win of an at-bat, it's a win of a pitch count, and that's what they're going to need to do in the next game to take the series.
Here's one final look at the line score from this one, Chris.
It was a close 2-run game, and a couple of key moments just really made the difference. Not much separates these two teams.
And your final 4-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB.
Now they're going back to Ohtani. They know they're desperate to freaking try to get a win, bro. LA. They're going back to Ohtani.
Live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, the World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the New York Yankees. John Shambi on the play-by-play with you. Chris Singleton providing the color. Plenty of storylines taking shape in this series as we set the stage for Game 4, Chris.
Well, the number one thing to discuss is just how lopsided this series has been.
Ready for baseball here in New York. Getting the nod on the mound, Clark Schmidt. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Well, the big thing is that the way he holds his curveball, it's more of a knuckle curve, and because of that, it's less predictable in terms of the break for the hitter. That makes it that much harder to hit this guy.
Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Carter Redmond stepping in now for the Yankees. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Hernandez settles underneath it. Makes the catch for the out. Runner in scoring position. No outs. Max Muncy at the dish. Man at second. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. And one away at the top of the third. Hard hit, but right at him and left. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. 2 on, 1 out. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Here comes Freddie around third. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where he could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 away.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time off, they'll find a hole.
They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. High fly ball down the left field line. Way back there. Into the second deck and gone. It's that ball goodbye. They'll circle the bases. That's 9 homers this series. And they slice into the lead. It's 7-5. They needed that one, Singy.
Indeed they did. They've been fighting to get back into this game, and just like that, they're back in it.
Man at first with one gone. Here's Shohei Ohtani. On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3 double play. And the inning is over. Carter Redmond getting ready to hit. He's already homered in this game. This one driven deep, way back there, and it's gone. We are tied. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and we're starting over. It's 7-7. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
All set for the start of the inning. Here's the center fielder, James Outman. That one is absolutely belted. No one can get there. It falls in. Safe at second with nobody out, and that double has the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
This one's blasted. High and deep. It's on its way. Out of here. Ball game. And he's gone yard again. And the Yankees are World Series champions.
It'll go down as one of the greatest ever in baseball history. World Series walk-off. What else could you hope for? Such a special series and a heroic moment to end it.
Welcome back on the show as we see some of the final moments and reactions in this World Series clinching game. And now let's go down on the field where they're set to present the Commissioner's Trophy to the World Series champs.
This is how it's supposed to be.
Singleton and our outstanding crew. I'm John Shelby. This has been the World Series on MLB The Show.
Baseball will never tell you that. This is how it really was supposed to end. It was supposed to end with us holding up the trophy in LA. One can only dream, though. Maybe we'll find out. I really wish, I hope we win the World Series this year, but I don't know if that's going to happen. They have so much stuff on LA, bro. Like, they have so much stuff on the Dodgers, but I don't even know. Yeah. Dodgers are second. LA is favorite for the World Series. I mean, that's pretty tall. They already know who's going to win it. It's rigged for LA to win it again in 2025. It is. Because it's a load of crap. How it really should end it, how the World Series really should have ended was the Yankees winning the series. They cheated us out of the World Series win. They cheated us out of the World Series win. And a series here, they pretty much cheated us out of the series. And rigged it for LA to win. It should have been, you should have been the one that should have had the trophy, not them. Because they were not that good enough to win the World Series. The main person that helped them win it was Freeman. If it wasn't for Freeman, they wouldn't have won. It's a load of bullshit. They rigged it for LA to win the league. And those motherfuckers should have never got their hands on that trophy. So yeah, you want the real truth when it comes to stuff. MLB won't tell you the truth, but they rigged it for the Dodgers to win. Anyone knows that. Anyone that watched that series knows that. And no matter what people tell you, MLB wanted LA to win because it was an agenda, and that was their whole perspective. And it wasn't in the Yankees' favor. It wasn't. It was never in our favor. It was always against the fucking it was always for the Dodgers to win the World Series because it was LA, and LA is, you know, they are purely democratic, and it's all political. That's what it is. Yeah, but MLB won't tell you this, but they favor and are biased towards certain teams for their agenda. They won't. Mhm. Yeah, so they also don't like ESPN because of what they're doing. That's why they're trying to. That's why literally the Dod. That's why literally MLB's trying to get away from ESPN because now they're ESPN's lead such far right and has gone conservative that Major League Baseball hates anybody that's a conservative person. They don't, because I don't want people knowing what's really going on in the truth. They're trying to silence the truth, bro, and everything. But these people they won't tell you. MLB's agenda is to favor LA to do shit because it's all political. MLB loves LA and Houston and all these other teams. That's the whole point of it, bro. And everything, including the automated balls and strikes. That's just another plan on their agenda to control the league and to use automation to again favor certain teams to get caught favor certain teams for their biased agenda. That's all it is. true. That's the real truth of it all, bro. And everything. MLB puts billions of dollars into bullshit biasy for their league. They did the same thing with LA, and anybody who doesn't think that is stupid and blind. They don't get it. They favored LA from day one in that series, and they rigged it. They rigged everything about that series for them to win. It was a rigged World Series where they cheated to get the trophy. They don't deserve to have their hands on that trophy, just like Houston don't deserve to have a hands on their, just like the Astros don't deserve to have their hands on a trophy for stealing signs. None of these motherfuckers deserve to end up having anything. They belong in jail or they belong in a perspective because they're corrupted and evil and bullshitters. That's all there is. They're corrupted, evil, lying, scheming pieces of shit, bro. And all they have is just their own. All they have is just their own lying crap cap agenda for that favor. It's just a biased, corrupted perspective agenda where where it's rigged and these motherfuckers cheat and they do whatever they can to steal things from individuals. The real truth of the matter is that Yankees deserve that World Series win. They were the ones that got there, and they worked hard to get there, and they were the ones that should have fucking won that series. They should have had the trophy. Yankees should have been the one at the end of the night that had their hands on that trophy. We should have been the ones that took it. But you want to know why? Because they know it pisses people off, it makes them angry, and it causes things to happen with their agenda. That's the exact reason why MLB did it. They did it because they just know they can get away with it because they're corrupted. So yeah, and everything. We, we, the whole thing of it is this bullshit. It's this whole thing. It's fucking rigged and bullshit. And it's a big giant system perspective that wants to control your ass and use you. And everything. And it's a rigged perspective, bro. And everything. The real truth of the matter is that Yankee fans and the Yankees and the Yankees team, we deserve that trophy and they don't. You know, we deserve that trophy and they don't. LA don't deserve nothing. They've already won their fair share of titles. The Yanks have not had theirs in years. And that was our year, bro, when it comes to right and everything. And we the ones that should have walked out of there with that damn trophy. But MLB will never tell you they rigged it for their stupid, corrupted bullshit agenda. We were the ones that should have walked out of there with that trophy. And anyone will tell you to this day, I don't give a fuck anymore what they say. It comes to everything. We were the ones that deserved to win that series. But they made it to where they made it to where they rigged it and they would blow and it would blow to where the Dodgers would win. The whole time they did everything to make LA win that series. You can't look at everything and say it was 100% fucking staged or bullshit or rigged. It was. Good constant right. They planned the whole thing for LA to win. Yankees deserve to actually have that trophy. Yankees deserve to win that series. The Yankees deserve to have that win. We were the ones that should have got that trophy last year. And everybody knows damn well we should have got that trophy. They know we were the ones that should have ended up with that title at the end of the day. We got cheated, bro. So when it comes to and everything, they got cheated. So I could get my redemption in the show, but one can only dream that maybe one of these days, one of these years, or maybe even this year, we'll get our redemption against LA, and we'll get that World Series title that we actually are supposed to get. Maybe this will finally be our year, and we'll finally get what's ours. That's been coming to us for a long time. We'll finally get our title that we've been trying to get for a long time. We deserve that World Series, man. We played way better than LA, man. There's no way we didn't. We played a lot better than them, and honestly, I think we were better than them. But somehow they beat us, and they won by some bullshit fucking crap from MLB and bad calls. And right now, let me tell you something, we were clearly the better team on paper in that game. I don't know. And somehow LA won because of fucking Freeman. Freeman won. Freeman was the main reason why they won the series. You know, take a baseball and whack Freeman in his damn head. Take a baseball and throw it at Freeman's head or Freeman's face. Literally beam Freeman in the head, and then the series won't be the same without him. It comes to right and everything. Take Freddie out of the picture, and Waters are not nearly as good without him. So yeah, Freeman carried their ass to the title and everything. And I don't know, you can't convince me. I'm still mad about that series, bro. But I know for a fact we played better, and we were the much better team on paper in favor, and we were way better. And with Juan Soto on that team, we pretty much were way better than LA combined, offensively and defensively and pitching wise. We were a way better team than LA, and way more balanced, and honestly way better in all three phases. The Yankees last year's team was the best they've been in a long time, and they were honestly better than LA in every single way. And LA still won because MLB made bullshit calls. They rigged the series, and they did stuff where LA would win over us because it's a fucking agenda, bro. That's all it is. And secondly, and the other thing is too, man, you're not gonna convince me that literally MLB just didn't do things to make it to where LA would win. I know for a fact the Yankees were way better, and I saw how that. I know for a fact they were way better, and we were winning in Game 1 until that crap about Boone coming in and taking Garrett Cole out, and all that shit, and that 7 year thing with what he was doing. I know for a fact that we were way better. We were the way better team, and we were beating LA, and we had a better chance of winning. We honestly are better than. We should have won that series. MLB rigged it for LA to win when they know damn well we were actually the better team and had a much better offensive, a much better chance to win that series, including with Juan Soto. And they ruined our chances because they're fucking corrupted, evil fuckers who put billions of dollars into fucking a league where they're biased towards certain perspectives. Let me tell you something right now, and everything. MLB is a multi-billion-dollar corrupt fucking business where they destroy the league, and everybody hates what they're doing with the league now, including with automated balls and strikes, because it's all a fucking agenda to bring about their bullshit system and control to do what they want to do and everything. And yeah, Major League Baseball is in love with teams like Houston and the Dodgers and all that shit because they're fucking somehow, they've got they have a biased agenda. That's all it is, bro. Yankees should have won that World Series, and LA cheated and they rigged that series for them to win. We were the better team, 100%, and we should have won. Everybody knows it. There is no way LA. There's just it's impossible to say that LA just how LA won that series. I do not know because most of our offense mainly came from Freddie Freeman, and that's a fact. That most of our offense only came from Freddie Freeman in that series, and everything. And we had a way better team on paper, including pitching. So we should have walked away with that trophy. And never going to give it to say MLB didn't rig and cheat and do whatever they can to let LA win that series. So I say fuck them because they're liars, bro. And everybody knows for a fact they're liars. When it comes to it, right? So yeah, we were the ones that deserve that series, bro. We the ones who deserve that World Series win. And I know I can't upload this because, you know, Google and their bullshit 1 week algorithm crap about you can't stream third party content because, you can't stream third party content even if it's not really that bad of a perspective. You can't stream but you can't stream spring training third party content highlights of the Yankees because of some reason. But yeah, when it comes to it, right. MLB is such a bullshit bias fucking corrupted, evil, cheating league that you can't even look at anything anymore and realize that they're so biased. It's not even funny, you know. And people saw it with LA. They saw it with the Super Bowl. They saw it with a lot of things. This world's coming to an end soon, and everybody doesn't realize it. But people are getting fed up with a lot of stuff, and it's all coming out, and they can't hide it anymore. And it's all being exposed. It's all being brought to the light, bro. And everything. And it's not there anymore, bro. And everything. They can't hide it anymore. They can't do anything anymore. And everything. Um, Everything's happening right in front of us, bro. That's why I think the rapture is. That's why I think, in my opinion, the rapture is practically here, bro. And everything. And this world's not going to sustain itself. It's not going to hold up because people see things for what they are now, including what they're doing. And this is why all this stuff is happening because people now see the truth. They now know whatever. Now everything's all happening and it's all burning down right in front of us, and everything, right? But these people are so evil and corrupted. People have been blind for years, and now finally their eyes have been opened. They're like they finally see, bro. Whenever they finally see that these motherfuckers are one big giant evil corrupted force that is trying to do shit to us, and everything, including what they're doing, and it's rigged, and they're corrupted, and they literally want to do this to. They really want to ruin and control people's lives, bro. That's their whole point. They want to make your lives more miserable and worse. They don't want things to be good for you, bro. And when you think something's gonna, when you're looking and you're expecting something to go well, they pull the damn freaking. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Don't pay attention to the freaking person behind the curtain, even though that's exactly what they're doing, bro. Comes to right, and everything. They pull the damn freaking uh, mattress or whatever it is, mattress or blanket or whatever it is out from under you. They pull the damn thing out from under you, when you least expect it, because they're evil, corrupted fucking snakes that control this world, and everything. MLB is just another part of the political left elitist global agenda to bring about power and control, and they're corrupted, and it's all a part of their agenda. And they rigged that World Series and cheated for LA to win. They made so many bad calls in that series that should have gone our way that you can't even tell me no, no. I'm convinced MLB was the one that freaking helped LA win, not LA. LA didn't. MLB helped LA win. LA didn't win on their own perspectives. The league literally freaking planned for them to cheat, and they rigged it, and they and it was all biased for them to do it. No, and everything. And they pretty much made the Yankees. They pretty much did everything in favor for LA to win, including making the worst calls I could ever see from a bullshit biased umpire in my life, ever that could that did that. But no, not gonna convince me that series. But yeah, that series was screwed. That series screwed us over when we clearly were the better team, bro. They cheated, they're corrupted, they're evil, just like Houston. They're never going to admit Houston still signs, but Houston did still signs, even though they tried to get rid of the evidence and burn it. I think after COVID, I believe. But yeah, these individuals, bro, they can't hide what they do anymore, and so it's all coming out. At this point, everybody knows. Everybody knows shit's rigged. Everybody knows it's corrupted. Everybody knows motherfuckers are evil, and everybody knows this system is one big giant freaking perspective, and everything. And everybody knows they favor shit and they're biased, and everything. Major League Baseball is just another motherfucking corporation that puts fucking biases, but puts shit into their biases, even with LA. It's all part of a political perspective. Yankees should have walked away with the trophy that night, and we should have been the ones that won. We were the better team. There's no doubt about it. And they fucked it all up for LA to win. And they made all the bad calls, dude. They made all the bad calls toward that. Made all the calls go toward LA, and and they rigged it, and they cheated, and they stole the series from us in the trophy. We should have been the ones who had the trophy. There's no doubt about it. That LA completely, utterly, somehow won with hardly any offense and just Freddie Freeman carrying their damn ass in the World Series. They didn't get hardly anything from Otani. They didn't get hardly anything from Betts. They didn't get hardly anything from half of the team. And most of them didn't do much of anything really because Otani was injured throughout that whole series practically. Otani couldn't even pitch, bro. He could only hit. And they didn't do hardly anything. Their offense was limited very much by the Yankees pitching staff. And if it wasn't for and Juan Soto made a lot of big plays for us in that World Series. We should have won that series. There's no doubt about it. We are better than LA in every single way, going into that year. And the Dodgers were not nearly as good as us. But MLB fucking did all sorts of bullshit crap for them to win. And then they somehow walked away with the World Series when they were joking and they were joking and cracking jokes and they were laughing and they were just mocking. They even know that the World Series was rigged and they cheated and and they had favored calls for them in that series. Cause the fucking Dodger players were literally mocking the Yankees, and I'm like, bro, that's gonna come back to bite you. It really is. But you know, MLB knows, and they know good and well that they literally did put everything possible toward the Dodgers into favor shit. That's why the election was the way it was, bro. And everything, whether you like it or not. We are tired of liars. We are tired of corrupt motherfuckers. We are tired of people not telling us things. We are tired of people twisting their own agenda, using their own perspective in their political crap. We are tired of woke. We are tired of everything, dude. We are fucking tired of literally what they're doing. And we are tired of this whole bullshit system trying to literally change everything and make everything worse. We are tired of motherfucking goddamn corrupt fucking politicians and leaders and motherfuckers and perspectives literally saying one thing and then doing the opposite next. We we are tired of motherfuckers cheating and just thinking they can get away with shit. We know all this, bro. We're not stupid. And everything. We are tired of freaking motherfuckers just changing everything to fit their stupid agenda. These motherfuckers are evil and corrupted, and one day they're going to be thrown into hell for what they do. And everything. So like, yeah, it's sad and everything. And I'm going to tell you the God honest truth. And the God honest truth is, these motherfuckers rigged that shit. They rigged it. They're corrupted. They're evil. And they cheated. And only reason LA walked away from that World Series is because they had calls favored to them by MLB and the fucking refs. The fucking umps. The umps gave them the calls to win. And to this day, I'm going to tell you, we were the ones should have won that World Series. But those damn calls is what made LA win. These umpires are blind as fuck. And MLB puts billions of dollars into umpires who you think should do their job properly. But guess what? That's exactly what they want. They want umpires that literally make favorite calls towards certain teams so that the league will go about it. The league can push an agenda to do certain things. They know exactly what they're doing, bro. They know exactly what they're doing, and it's no coincidence. All this stuff is not a coincidence, and everything. And it's not by chance. They know what they're doing, bro, and everything. And they have it all planned out, and all sorts of shit. And everybody knows this. It's like playing checkers on a damn chessboard, bro. It comes to they know. They know exactly what they're doing, bro, and everything. All this is falling into place. This ain't no perspective. This ain't, a coincidence. And it comes to it. This isn't not something that they no. They're not doing this on purpose. They're doing this on purpose. It's part of an agenda, bro. They know exactly what they're doing, and this is planned. And everything. They don't care. This is planned. This stuff is planned, man. And everything. And they know it. They know it. They know it's planned and all sorts of stuff, and everything. And it's all part of a bigger agenda and a perspective they've been doing for years, bro, and it's now coming out, and everything. And everybody knows it. These politically corrupt global people and all these things that control everything, including and all these leagues, are rigged, bro, and everything. And I hate to say this, but I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know when it comes to rate and everything. Uh, they're rigged. They're rigged, and they know exactly what they're doing. They knew exactly what they were doing with COVID. They knew exactly what they were doing Biden. They knew exactly what they were doing when he was president, using him as a string. Even not even freaking, not even going in about his dementia and his mental capacity because they knew exactly what they were doing. They even knew then what they were doing to him, and having an old man go around where he didn't know anything. They knew he had problems. They knew he was not all there. They know exactly what they're fucking doing, bro. And everything and everything. It's all about power, control, and whatnot, bro. These people, they know exactly what they're doing. It's part of it. They knew exactly what they were doing during Black Lives Matter and all the chaos that went around and all the looting, all the shit that happened around that time and the COVID vaccines and all that shit. These motherfuckers know exactly what they're doing, bro. And everything. This isn't just by coincidence, and everything. This stuff is just part of a plan and an agenda. They know, bro. They know, and everything and stuff. And I think it's predictive programming. That's what I think. I don't know for sure, but they know, bro. They know, and it's so simple to look at it. Look at the perspective of, it's not by coincidence, and everything. It's perfectly in line with what they're trying to do. You know, their goal is to destroy everything and rebuild it into a one world system where everybody, where they can have someone control everything. That's the whole perspective. And I believe that's what we're heading toward. We're heading toward the mark of the beast. We're heading toward the AI based future of digital, of everything being all digital and the buying and selling perspective and all that shit. Bro, we're getting close and it's nice. They know it's all there. It's all there. It's to bring everybody under a one world government global system of control. And that's all it is. And everything. Um, sorry. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is. That's pretty much everything. When it comes to it, right? And if your eyes weren't opened up with what happened with the NFL Super Bowl game, and then the Dodgers in LA with the Yankees, I don't know what to tell you. Bro, all the signs are there. They're being presented to you. Everything's being brought into the light that was hidden in the dark for years. God's probably revealing it, when it comes to it and everything. And all these things are coming about. They can't hide it anymore. Their agenda is 100% out there, and they are panicking and getting worried and afraid. That's why they're putting out articles of impeachment against Trump and shit like this, dude. All this stuff is coming out. They no longer can do anything, bro. It is the end for certain people, and everything. All their stuff has been exposed, and their agendas and their plans and all their stuff is now brought into the light. They are worried that they can't do anything now, and all they can sit back and just do nothing. When it comes to it, right, their stuff is done. They're done, bro. When it comes to it, right, and and stuff, and everybody knows that they can hide their agenda and they're putting it right out there for people to see and all their shit. Politics and all their shit is ruining everything. That's why that's why Major League Baseball is walking away from ESPN after 2025 because of the whole thing going on with politics and the perspective of everybody going toward the conservative perspective of the political spectrum. ESPN, Major League Baseball, the left, the liberals, they hate anyone that literally is like that, when it comes to it, right? Major League Baseball is as left and liberal as you can get because they're a big, giant leftist, freaking globalist corporation who follows an agenda, and everything. And if you don't think they do, you need to understand they do. They follow a fucking script, and everything. And they know exactly what they're doing. And all this is all their shit is biased It's evil, it's corrupted, and everything. It's wrong, it's twisted. They cheat, they do whatever they can. They're biased toward a lot of stuff, and not only that, they favor other teams over others, and they literally cause umps to give unfair and biased and calls to go towards certain teams' ways, including the Dodgers and especially the Dodgers, while giving them unfavorable calls over other teams because even if it's not even obviously if it's actually not fair or if it's actually not right, they don't give a damn. The left does not care about fair or right. They care about what's in it for them, and everything. These people only care about one thing and one thing only: their agenda and pushing their own plan, and everything. And they are, and their perspective is, and Major League MLB will make unfavored, biased calls toward teams to have to be able to get their agenda to work. They did it to LA, they did it to Houston, they've done it to a lot of other teams. Yankees have been screwed over more times than I can count when we've actually had some situations where we've been in shit last 12 years. We were the ones that should have walked away with that trophy, and there's no doubt about it. But these motherfuckers will not tell you they're part of a globalist elite one world plan to bring about control and power with this one leader, and that is the Antichrist. And they don't want to let you know that, and everything. I'm going to tell you the God to honest truth and what I've seen. That is the God to honest truth. And if people don't believe me, when it comes to it, you will soon. But I do think, yes, we're on the verge of the rapture, when it comes to, and everything. And I don't care if no other people hate me, attack me, insult me, spit on me. I don't really care. When it comes to it, right? I, I'm trying to warn people and tell them the truth. You can choose to accept it or not. When it comes to right and everything. But yes, these people don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about me. They want to control us. And their whole plan is to bring about a global, one world, sorry, a government one world globalist extremist um agenda where they control everything: the military, money, sorry, the military, your money, society, and religion. And not only that, everything's going to go digital and be under one world system of control and perspectives, probably controlled by the central banks and the Federal Reserve and stuff like this, and and those digital IDs that was pushed by Biden and the Harris administration during COVID, which was called ID 2020, which they tried to do, and using digital IDs to make you have to use certain things in the future. Because of this stuff is coming about. All their agenda is to push this one world globalist extremist government agenda to put you under a system that controls everything about your life, and you have no control over anything. And that is to bring about the Antichrist one world leader. Because at this point, they know they don't have much time left. And the only way to do it is to bring order out of chaos and have this person come in to restore order to control everything. And that is the Antichrist. They're using the Antichrist as a way to get their agenda to work because now they know that they can't actually force people or get people to cooperate like COVID. They got to come up with another plan. And that plan is to institute some kind of thing to bring about this new world order and agenda that they want to push, which is called the one, which is a one world antichrist reign for 7 years, and it is coming. And they have been pushing this since COVID, and everything. And people don't get it. But these people are evil and corrupted, and they're biased, when it comes to right and everything. Um, Stuff is rigged, and they control everything, bro. And they don't want and they don't want you to know this, but they already know everything and what's going to we already they already know everything and the way it's going to be before you even do, and they have it all planned as part of an agenda, and they literally know everything before we know it. There are stuff they don't even tell us, and everything. And if you're smart enough to realize it and you have discernment, God will reveal these things to you too. And he is right now telling people this stuff.